Gon has an amazingly tense confrontation with Pito in my review of Hunter x Hunter, episode 116. I kind of figured after seeing last week's episode of Hunter x Hunter this was the direction this episode was going to go in, but it was still a very enjoyable episode to see, and a lot of it has to do, I think, with the incredible character development that they've given to Gon over the course of this entire arc, because he's just so angry and revenge-filled over the death or the reconstruction Frankensteining of Kite, and he wants nothing more than to deck Pito in the face and rip him or her into pieces. And it's just a really weird episode because you want him to get his revenge really bad. But the fact that Komugi is there and that she's being healed by the big Dr. Blythe thing, I knew that that was going to sort of like conflict Gon a lot with this, because he almost feels like that Pito doesn't deserve the chance to heal this girl because of what she actually did to Kite. And because of that, he wants to hurt her. He wants to go on even terms with her, but he just can't have that right here. And I think one of the more other interesting things about this episode is getting to see how much Killua has actually changed as well. You know, he's always been sort of the calm and composed, like, badass killer of the series, but now he's sort of like acting as like the ultimate guidance for Gon. He's trying to calm him down throughout this entire episode, and that's pretty much what most of the episode is just Gon like foaming at the mouth and being super pissed off because he wants to be able to fight with Pito, but she is like begging him to let him heal this girl, and she even like gets in this position where she puts her palms face up, which Killua instantly recognizes, and Killua also makes this great comparison to where Pito is essentially like a mother protecting her child or something weaker, and they use a cat to portray this, and again, that's friggin' perfect. But just the amount of anger that is displayed from Gon this week in terms of the animation and how they did it, I thought was really intense and really awesome. And there were a lot of scenes where you could see like his whole eyes would just completely deaden, and he wants nothing more than to destroy Pito. And Pito even offered to let Gon like break all of her limbs that aren't required to use the Dr. Blythe ability, so that way he could sort of get a little bit of anger out. But this still just pisses him off even more. There's really nothing that's going to like satisfy him. And then that's where this like weird sort of twist came at the end of the episode, where he sort of realizes, well, Pito said she would do anything. Does that mean she could possibly heal Kite with the Dr. Blythe ability? And that's what Gon wants Pito to do, and he decides he wants this to happen, but he also still wants to fight against Pito, apparently. The way the episode ends with Gon sitting in front of Pito was really insane this week, and that's the way the episode just sort of ends. But there's actually a lot of layers and depths to what's going on right now, and something that I think, you know, I'm starting to really, really appreciate about Hunter x Hunter is how it really breaks away from the trappings of, like, typical Shonen Jump stories. And, I don't know, there's a lot more to the characters than meet the eye, that's for damn sure. Killua has definitely come a really long way in his development. The fact that he's, like, sort of like the guy who's calm now and not the one who's sort of jumping off the handle. You'd think he'd be one of the first people who'd want to kill Pito, but he's not the one who's doing it. It's Gon. He's the one who's flying off the handle. And just seeing him get so angry this week, powering up, smacking the ground, just is really, really intense. And you can even kind of tell that Pito's pretty worried about this. And Pito also gets development as well, you know. The Chimera Ant King has been sort of becoming human, or more human, as the course of the arc has been going on, but I think you could really say that about a lot of the Chimera Ants. Maybe save Yuppie. He's still just a big freaking hulking monster. But Pito, you know, she legitimately cares about the king. She wants to look out for the king's best interest, even if it means him becoming more human and caring about this young human girl. And, you know, maybe Shiapoof is still having a lot of conflictions with that, but they don't even get to him this week. This is pretty much just the big confrontation between Pito and between Gon. Now, I'm not really sure what's going to happen here yet. I still want to see a fight between the two, but that's just because I'm an action fan, and I think the action in the series is actually really cool. But the fact that Pito might be actually able, like, to heal Kite, that's a pretty big deal. You know, that might, like, change the way this entire battle is going to play out. However, you know, I want to see Gon go all out. He really hasn't had, like, a big fight in a really, really long time, and he's the main character of a Shonen Jump series, so maybe I just sort of expect that. But again, that's why this series sort of breaks away from the tradition of the other stuff. If I only had one negative to say about this episode, I would say maybe the first half of the episode was a little slow because they showed a lot of stuff that was shown last week, mostly before the intro started, which I'm not saying Hunter x Hunter needs to get a new intro, but maybe change up the animation a little, or maybe try to get a new song. I don't know. But I also don't know how long the Hunter x Hunter anime series, this version of it, is going to last, because I don't read the manga version. I've been told that the manga version has, like, stopped, because the author hasn't, like, released any new material lately, and I've been told that, like, we're getting to, like, the big climax of the Chimera Ant arc, which is sort of close to where the series is ending, so I don't know how much longer this is going to go on for, so I'm just going to try and kick back and enjoy it as much as I can. The entire Hunter x Hunter 2011 series has been really surprising to me. I've never really delved into Hunter x Hunter until I saw this version of it. And, you know, the whole change that Gon has gone through since the very first episode to now is incredibly drastic. And I think really shows why this is one of the best shonen anime series on TV right now. You need to check it out. It's really, really fun. We are at the height of this great arc, and it's only a matter of time before the Chimera Ant King and Chairman Netero start decking each other in the face. That's going to be epic. I cannot wait to see that. But otherwise, I'm going to give this episode a 9 out of 10. I'm going to drop it down a little bit because of those weird flashbacks at the beginning that we didn't need to see. But otherwise, this was a really great, tense episode that if you're following the series, you must check it out. So if you guys did have a chance to check out this week's episode of Hunter x Hunter, it's time to let me know what you thought about it with your comments below. You can tell me about your favorite moments and maybe what you want to see between the epic confrontation of Gon and Pitou. And also, before you leave, hit that like button. It is one of the easiest ways to support these videos. And you can check out some of the other ones we're working on, like I just got done reviewing the 18th episode of Gundam Build Fighters, one of the most surprisingly awesome Gundam anime of all time. So, I'll see you next time, guys. Super Kami Guru 9000, out.